Praise the Lord and greetings to you all in Jesus' name. It's a privilege and I'm joyful that the Lord has given me this opportunity to stand before you all and let's share a few words. And I'm especially grateful for the way the Lord has been blessing the ministry of IPCKS State. I've been in Bangalore now for about 10 years and I've been privileged to be part of different ministries of IPCKS State. Of Karnataka Village Ministries, going to different places and see how the Lord has been blessing the work and expanding the work in Karnataka. And as Pastor Krishna said, just wanted to share our journey of Whitefield City Church over the last 6-7 years. We are actually entering into our 7th year now. I just wanted to share a little bit of our journey over the last few years. And I'm especially grateful for the heart and the vision that God has placed in state leadership. Pastor Burgess Philip, the others, we heard how they had the vision to start English language services, catering to the people who are not very comfortable speaking in Malayalam or Kannada and all of that. So it was in late 2011, 2012, when Pastor Sam George was the president of IPCKS State. He reached out to some of us who were part of English language services in different churches and brought us together and cast us in a vision to have an independent English church. We had many English language services going on and he put in us an idea of having an independent English church for IPC in Karnataka. At the first meeting that we came, we were about 35-40 of us. The second meeting, it came down to about 25. And by the third or fourth meeting, we were about 8 of us, and we took it on us to go and see if this would be feasible. We identified a place near Phoenix Market City in Whitefield to start the church, and all of us being from the corporate world, we were in it for quick results. We thought we could start and very soon we would be booming and all of that. But it was a very humble beginning. It was very difficult in the beginning. But I still remember that there were times where a few of us, before we found a place in Whitefield, we would gather over here Saturday early mornings at 5:30 just to pray and ask God to help us and lead us. Later on, when we found a place in Whitefield, we used to meet there Saturday mornings. And I still remember one Saturday morning when we were all of us were kind of low. We were not sure if we made a mistake in starting this. We were not sure if this was the right way to go, whether our approach was right. And during one of our prayer sessions, God specifically put a word in our hearts from Exodus 14:15, where the Israelites were crying out to the Lord, and the Lord tells Moses, "Why are you crying out to me? Get up and move forward." And we took that saying, okay, this is something we really want to do. And the Lord has really blessed. And so many of you might be asking, why a separate English church when we already have English services? Many people asked us a question. We asked ourselves that question, and some people still ask that today. And I think one of the best answers I heard was from Pastor Verghese Matthew, the East District President, when he came for our inaugural service. What he mentioned was, there are many different ways to catch fish. Some may use a fishing hook, some may use a net, we can use spears. There are different ways to catch fish. And it all depends. There is no right way, there is no wrong way. It all depends on the environment they are in, depends on the type of fish they are. But there are different ways to catch fish. And this is just a different way to reach out. And that really has stuck with me, and we have moved forward with that, saying that it's not that what is happening today is wrong or incorrect, but it's just a different way. And given the context of Bangalore city, we are a cosmopolitan city. We have people from different cultures, different languages, different countries. And how can we make an impact with them? How can we reach out to them? And that was what we had in our mind. The vision or the mission statement we set for Whitefield City Church was come, become, overcome. We wanted people to come just as they are and to train up and equip them to become the people God wants them to be, and so that they can have all the resources and to overcome any obstacles that may come their way. And And everything we do is based along these three statements: come, become, overcome. And the Lord has blessed. We started with very handful of people, and today by God's grace, there are about 80 plus people regularly attending services, and we've got 25 plus families. We've got working singles, we've got college students, and people from different states. We've got people from all the 4 southern states. We've got people from Maharashtra, we've got people from UP, we've got people from the Northeast. At one point of time, we had a couple sisters from Paris, from the Ivory Coast, and there were times when we used to sing this song, people from every nation and every tribe and every tongue, and we have praised God just looking at the way God has led us thus far, and I'm really grateful, and it is all nothing but God's grace. And I'm really thankful for the way the Lord has been leading us and guiding us thus far. So, for the first 5 to 6 years, we had Pastor Wilson Matthew, who moved from Mumbai to be part of Whitefield City Church, WCC, and I'm really thankful for his leadership and the way he really taught us in the Word. And there are 4 things we focus on any given Sunday. We have the worship, we have the teaching of the God's Word, we have prayer, and we give special emphasis to fellowship. We say that the service does not end just with the benediction. We have a planned time of fellowship, and that is where the relationships are formed. People share and their needs. And one thing that I've really observed is there are many people in the city who are just looking for someone to talk to. They just want to be listened to. They just want to be heard to. And for us to be able to create that environment where people can reach out and just spend some time and equip them and learn from God's Word. And Pastor Wilson Matthew had really emphasized on all of this, and Pastor Nibu has been with us since May of this year, and he too has been very diligent about teaching us from God's Word. And one thing what both of them has been consistently teaching us is that accept everyone just as Christ accepted, as a model example. We know that Paul is a person who went out to the different cities of his time. When he went to Corinth, he went to Aquila and Priscilla's house, used his tent making profession to connect with the people there. When he went to Athens, he saw this manuscript saying an unknown God, and he used that to start off. So just for us to be relevant to the people that are in and around us, and that is something what we have been focusing on. And like I said, we started with a very small beginning, and God has blessed. And we believe that this is a model that can be replicated. And while we do have English language services, and while the need is there to continue that, and I would really encourage if we can put in efforts also to have such independent churches where people from different cultures and backgrounds can also come and worship the Lord in truth and spirit. And as a word of encouragement to the youth also, and I was sharing this with Sibi last week as I was thinking and praying about this youth conference. I was just thinking that when Jesus started his public ministry, he was just 30 years old. And historians and scholars say that most of the disciples would have been younger than him. Maybe Peter and Andrew were about the same age as this, but many of them were much younger than him, some as young as 16 years old. Jesus did his ministry for 3.5 years, give and take about 3-4 months for the resurrection and the day of Pentecost. So some of them would have been mid-30s, but a good majority would have been less than 25, less than 30, less than 25. And they are the ones who went and changed out the world. And that is what I want to encourage the youth over here. Do not let anyone despise your youth. It was with the power of the Holy Spirit that they went out, and that same power is available to us today. And I pray that we'll be able to do much more for the Lord in the coming days in IPCKS. Thank you.